Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and today we are doing an epic gamer movie reveal. Yes, that is reveal. Review? Reveal. Review! We're doing a movie review of one of the best movies of our generation. And as you can see on the screen here, we've got The Boss Baby. Yes! A small baby who is secretly a 42-year-old man trapped in a small child's body. And today, what I'll be talking about is basically the plot of the movie, what I think about like certain scenes, certain actions that this movie takes, and overall, do I think this movie is a pile of garbage that deserves to be burned in a fire, or should it be brought to the heavens to be shown to God, to ask him, why did you make this movie? It's so good! Exactly. So, let's get right into it. So, in the opening scene of the movie, by the way, I'm going to go through this as if you've seen this movie before. So, just bear with me if you haven't. Go watch the movie if you want, or don't. I really don't care either way. This movie starts off with just any ordinary movie, you know, babies spawning in out of nowhere, piles of them, black, Hispanic, white, all kinds of babies, just piled up in a corner, going through what seems to be just like this train ride down to Earth. But at one point, there's this one certain baby, and as you can see on the screen, it is the main character, the Boss Baby. And for the movie to be a little quirky and a little bit funny, he's doing some different actions than the rest of the babies. You know, the rest of the babies are sitting in line doing the orderly thing. Well, this guy, this goofy goober is flopping around like crazy, doing all kinds of weird stuff, getting powdered on his face instead of his butt like every other baby. And there's this one really top-notch part where there's a machine that's putting pacifiers in the baby's mouths in order. But the issue is, the Boss Baby is a little bit more quirky. Now, the Boss Baby is flipped around, so his butt is where his head should be, and his head is where his butt should be. So as the pacifier thing is dropping down into the baby's mouths, you know, the little sucky things that go, the baby looks at his butt, realizing where the pacifier is going to go if he stays there, and he makes a quick maneuver back to the front and gets the pacifier in his mouth. This is one of many, and I mean many, sexual innuendos that you see throughout this whole film, which is very odd for a movie because it's a movie about a baby. It's a movie about babies in general. So the fact that they're making these kind of innuendos is really weird. I'm guessing it's because they're trying to appeal, make it like so adults can have some fun in these movies. But honestly, it's just bad. It's just a bad scene. Anywho, as the baby continues the escalator, there's this little robot. There's a little robot that leads to two different paths. Now, as the robot has a little feather, and the feather tickles the baby. And either the baby, if the baby laughs, the baby gets sent to a family. How, it hasn't been explained yet. If he doesn't laugh, he gets sent to corporate and becomes a 42-year-old man. I'll explain how he becomes a 42-year-old later, but as each baby's being tickled, you know, it goes, tickle, he laughs, baby, tickle, he laughs, baby. But no, not this guy right here. No, the Boss Baby is a tough, serious boy. The Boss Baby gets tickled and he smacks it away because he hates it. It's silly and it's not fun. So the Boss Baby gets sent to Baby Corp, which is like this heavenly place where babies work in corporate offices and little boxes, just like any other 42-year-old man for the rest of their lives, trying to solve baby-like issues. So the Boss Baby gets put into corporate and works for whoever knows how long, and that's how the movie starts. Jumping to the first couple of scenes, we get introduced to the quote-unquote main character, which is this little boy named Tim, who's 7.5 years old. He has both his parents. It's just a family of 3. For now. Tim is a very creative and imaginative kid. As you can see it here, I'll pull it up. Tim from Boss Baby scenes. Images. Let's see. Let's see. Nothing looks like it's jumping out right now. Okay, so you got like this. Like you see a lot of scenes like this in the movie where like he imagines like the scenario whether he's like a pirate or he's a ninja or he's some safari dude beating the shit out of a gorilla. And as the scene continues on, Tim's just super happy. He's like, I love my family, dude. You know, I love my family. I love being an only child. I love getting all the attention. Blah, 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 blah. He also makes a joke about how a triangle, which is a three-sided shape, aka relating to the fact that there's three people in his family, is the strongest shape in the world. Now, this kid is a moron. Because we all know the strongest shape in the world is a circle because it has no edges. It's not edgy at all. There's shapes like pizza and a frisbee. Like, it can't beat a frisbee. You can't. You'll get your butt whooped if you try to fight a frisbee. Anywho, scene continues on. Tim's like running. He wakes up. He's running downstairs. He's like, oh boy, another great day with my trio of people who I love, my mom and dad. And he goes downstairs. But he sees something out a window. He's like, wait a minute, what's that? A taxi rolls in, and out comes a small child who has a suitcase and is in a suit, and he just walks up, he's just like strolling, you know, he's dancing, he's grooving, this baby can both walk and talk and do all the cool stuff. He rings the doorbell, and the parents just... This is my other big gripe with this movie, which I get it. It's a kid's movie. It's not really supposed to have many big themes to it. But, like, the parents just are like, look, a child just rolled up to our door in a suit and in a suitcase. You know, yep, I remember ordering my kid off of Amazon or freaking Babies R Us. So let's just take him in. Hey, Tim, welcome your new baby brother who just strolled up out of nowhere. We have no idea how he got here, but now he's your baby brother. Tim, having an existential crisis now, is like, whoa, now I have to share my love? I have to share my life with this little brat? Like, why do I have to do this? And he's just really mad. Overall, Tim's kind of a little... He's kind of a little brat because he hates the fact that he has to share his attention. I don't know. I never really had this issue, but comment down below if you have a little brother and you hate him. Anywho, Tim is slowly just trying to battle through the fact that he has to share his love with his brother. And one night in the dining room, he tries to confront his parents, being like, "Mom, Dad, isn't it a little weird that this baby just randomly strolled into our house with a suit and a suitcase and just randomly showed up? Like, we don't even get... This doesn't make any sense." And the parents are like, "Oh, it's fine. He's so adorable. We love him." And the parents walk away to go get the baby food or whatever, and the baby looks at him with like this menacing look in his eye. And he... You know, actually here, there's... Right here, this look. He gives him this look right in his eyes, and they have a little tassel, and they fight. It breaks up. Like, Tim goes back to his room, all sad that he's no attention. He's not getting any attention. This baby's getting all the attention. It's almost like babies require a lot of work. Whatever. Anywho, later that night, he hears a phone ringing. And it's not coming from his parents' room, it's coming from the baby's room. Anywho, he slowly walks up like a ninja, you know, because he's a stealthy boy. And he peers open the door, and he hears this, like, very mature-aged voice coming from the baby's room. And the baby's, like, talking to probably some corporate head, being like, "Yeah, I got the parents wrapped around my fingers, you see. But I think the kid's on to me. I think the kid's starting to realize that he ain't no ordinary baby." And Tim pops in the room and is like, "You can talk!" And he's like, "Ah! Goo goo gaga!" And he's like, "No, you can really talk." And then they have a whole conversation about how you're not going to tell the parents that I can talk because they're not going to believe you. They don't love you anymore. They only love me. Yada, yada, yada. Tim goes back to his room and is like, I gotta stop this guy from ruining my family. So I'm gonna expose him as the big phony he is. So Tim the next day gets all this equipment together. He got like this 8-track recording system in his hand, and rolls downstairs to see try to see if he can get his brother on camera talking. And as he reaches downstairs, he gets surrounded by multiple other babies. It's actually all of these. It's actually these two and like a trio of twins. That he sees downstairs. And they're about to have this big meeting, and they can all talk too. Don't worry. So the boss baby explains. By the way, where this is going into. We're about 30 minutes into this movie, right? We're about 30 minutes into it. We have finally gone to the settling point of the movie where it starts to show, like, the plot. Like, I think we're getting to the main plot head of this movie. And I'm sorry, but it took way too long for it to finally explain what the final plot, what this overall plot is. But the boss baby explains to his crew, like, hey, listen, right now, baby love, which is like the whole goal of like Baby Corp is to like take all the love in the world and make it about babies. You like ice cream? Well, F you. It's all about baby love. You like John Deere tractors? Well, hell no, brother. You only love babies. And so Boss Baby explains, like, guys, the baby love, it's going down. It's going down the toilet, you see? And we gotta make sure that the baby love goes up. And you want to know the number one enemy to the love of babies? Let me show you what the number one enemy to babies is. Mother trucking puppies. Yeah, these adorable little things are are Satan from hell. These things are causing all the babies to slowly die off. It's killing them all. Blah 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 blah. And he's like, we gotta figure out how to stop the baby love. And right now, the boss baby's main goal, he finally explains the main goal that he's here, the reason why he's on a quote-unquote mission for Baby Corp. He's like, there's this company called Puppy Co., which is apparently the company that produces puppies. They have not explained how they produce them. That's another big issue with this movie. Like, as I explained in the beginning, there was just piles of babies in the beginning, no idea where they came from, and now there's puppies, still not explained where they come from. And for some reason, the question keeps getting thrown around, where do babies come from? Oh, they just appear from the effing sky, right? Like, it's never truly explained where babies come from. Like, they could have just made a simple thing of, like, when mommy and daddy love each other very much, they smooch, and poof, baby appears. Or anything like that. They could have explained something so easily, but no. Just vague. Constant. The theme of this movie is effing vague. Anywho, the boss baby's like, you guys have any intel? And this is where the funny jokes come in. So you got, where is he? Where is he? You got the big boy. You got the big boy here. This is Big Chungus incarnated right here. He's Jimbo. He's the muscle, right? He's the big boy muscle. But he ain't very smart, you see. But then you got this girl right here. She's just the pretty girl who writes a bunch of stuff. She loves to draw, but she can't write because she's an effing toddler. And yet, even though she can't write, and she says this in the movie, she's like, I can't read, but she can talk. She can talk fluent English, but she can't read or write. What the flying F? Like, I get it, they're babies, but your main character is a baby who sounds like a 42-year-old man. What the F? Anywho, Tim's in the background, by the way, recording all this with his little 8-track recorder. And he's like, yes, I got it. I got the proof. Now I'm gonna go show it to my parents and prove to them that I'm not a lunatic, that I should be put in the same asylum. You see? But the boss baby's known he's been there the whole time. You see? And so the boss baby's like, listen, Tim, give us that tape, or else you're gonna get beat up by a bunch of toddlers. And Tim's like, never! So this whole chase scene ensues where the boss baby and his crew are trying to take down Tim and get his tape back from Tim. And Tim's trying to get the tape to his parents. So a bunch of funny stuff happens, you know, chase scenes. There's for some reason a huge explosion from a little toy car. And stuff, blah, blah, blah. It ends with Tim about to fling the boss baby out the window, trying to get him out of his house. Which would probably kill the baby because, you know, look at the size of his head. It's like a small, squishy ball. Like if that thing landed on the ground, it'd go, splaka! Splaka! Right on the ground. And so he's about to fling the baby. He's about to fling the baby off when his parents are like, Tim, what are you doing? Because from their perspective, it looks like their brother is trying to literally kill. Their son is literally trying to kill his little brother. And instead of the parents asking, like, are you okay? Are you mentally okay? They're like, you know what, son? Because of what you did, you're grounded. And you have to spend time hanging out with your brother. And they're both like, oh, yeah. And so we cut to the next scene where the brothers are like, listen, man, look, I know we've had our differences, but now we gotta work together to prove to our parents that we love each other. We hurt each other. And Tim's like, okay, fine. And so they start getting along. This whole montage of like them doing happy stuff together, yada yada yada. And then Tim asks the grand old question, where boss baby? Because, by the way, no name. Yeah, this baby has no name, by the way. It's just Boss Baby. And, anywho, we cut to the scene of, like, Boss Baby, like, I'll show you where babies come from. And so they both use the power of these pacifiers, and they suck on them really hard, right? They suck on them. And so they're transported, like they fly in the air. They're like spiritual beings. Their souls travel to Baby Corp, which apparently is where babies come from, even though in the beginning of the movie there was something before they get transferred to Baby Corp. But who cares anyways? This movie doesn't make any sense in the first place. God, why am I making this video? Anyway, so they travel up there. Boss Baby explains, oh, this is where the big heads are. This is where all the magic happens. This is where I work. This is how we solve the problem of baby love. And this is where he explains to Tim that they need to stop Puppy Co. From doing whatever dastardly thing they're gonna do to make baby stop being loved. And there's this one scene where the boss baby where there's a scene where Boss Baby's showing him, oh, yep, here he is. There's a scene where Boss Baby's like showing him all the past CEOs. Which, and by the way, he's not a CEO. His name is just Boss Baby. There is someone above him. There is a CEO baby, who is the top dog. It's not Boss Baby. CEO baby is the top dog. And the Boss Baby's showing him all these scenes of, or all these pictures of every Boss Baby. And we get to this one, the ultimate thick Boss Baby. That is his exact name. Quote me on it. And anywho, he's like, this guy's my idol. I wish I could totally be like him. But sadly, he disappeared a long time ago, and nobody knows where he went. And so he explains to him that if I complete this mission, if I complete the mission of stopping Puppyco, I get to become a big top CEO baby. And Tim's like, wait a minute. So if you leave, so when you complete this mission, you're gonna leave, right? And Boss Baby's like, yes, you won't ever have to see me again. The parents will still remember me. There was no explanation of how the parents will react when the other baby just randomly disappears. They just continue on. And after their whole lovey-dovey scene of them starting to get along with each other, they're now like, they're back to like, oh, I can't wait to get rid of you. I can't wait to get rid of you. Woo! Anywho, so now they're like, okay, we have to infiltrate Puppyco. We have to see what their master plan is to stop Baby Love. And so, the Boss Baby and Tim both infiltrate the big building to see what they're hiding. And this is the fourth plot point that we're now into. So, with where the babies come from, Tim has a new brother. Tim trying to expose his baby brother. Them getting along. Now we're getting to the point where they're like, okay, they're finally getting to the main part of the mission. Like, oh my god, there's so many side plots in this movie, it drives me insane. Anywho, the Boss Baby gets to. They infiltrate. They're like they get to this big file room that has all their dastardly plans, and they start scanning. Where's their newest plan? Where's their newest plan? And bum bum bum. They hear this voice behind them like, well. Look who it is. It's Boss Baby. And they turn around and they see it's this random tall bald guy who earlier in the movie was introduced as like the Puppyco, owner or the Puppyco CEO. Let's see if this pops up. Yeah, here he is. This guy right here. This guy's like the quote-unquote main villain. And they're like, yes, it's the Puppyco main villain, or the Puppyco CEO. And then they're like, and he's got his two goons with him. He's like, grab them, boys. I'm about to tell you guys a little story. Yes. So now, in normal villain fashion, he's going to explain why he's trying to get rid of Baby Love. He's going to explain his whole effing plan. And so he's like, all right, listen, Boss Baby, I'm gonna tell you about a time where I was a little baby. And then they talks about how like when he was a baby, he got chosen to be this. He was like super popular because he got chosen to be the CEO baby. Yes, the big plot is revealed that this baby right here is the same guy as this guy. Like they're the same thing. But why is he an adult now? Why is he not still a 42-year-old man trapped inside of a baby's body? Well, let me tell you, the secret to making these little babies adults again is by making them lactose intolerant. I'm going to let that sit in for a second. The secret to beating these babies' immortality, which is another plot point I can talk about, which is like how they throw around immortality so much like it's nothing. Yes, the secret to beating their immortality is making them lactose intolerant. So these like, I'm here to, and since I was like growing up, the boss, the big CEOs, you know, there were people above the CEO, there's big CEOs, they're like, all right, baby, get out of here, we don't want you no more. There's no, we don't need you no more. And so now, filled with revenge and rage, that he wants to get back at the babies for kicking them out, he has created this new thing called the Immortal Dog! You ever seen that YouTube video? You're a legend. But he's created this puppy that can live forever, and he believes that this will kill off parents from having kids. This guy's whole, like, if you really think about it, if you go and watch this movie, this guy talks about how he wants to stop babies from happening, which basically means he wants to stop civilization from happening. Because no babies means no continuation of the human race, which means the end of the human race. So this guy is actually the greatest supervillain of all time. Thanos? Nope. Vilgax from Ben 10? Nope. Shrek? No! This guy is the greatest of all time. And after explaining his long backstory and his long plan of getting rid of babies, he's like, now I must kill you! But I won't actually kill you, I'll make my henchmen do it while I walk away to go launch my new product. And the babies, and all of us are thinking like, oh, how are they going to make it immortal? Oh, just the same way as, you know, the babies are immortal, which was this formula, this baby formula, it's this milk. And they never explain what actually makes the babies immortal in the film, it's just milk. So kids, drink your milk and you'll be immortal. But he's like, yeah, if I give the milk to the puppies, they'll be immortal just like you guys. And so he takes the formula away from the boss baby that he has to carry with him in order to keep himself immortal. And he goes to give it to him. Now, finally, we're at the climax of the film, where the baby is like, we're finished, and Tim's like, no, you have to believe in yourself. You gotta get up. You gotta do what you gotta do. And the boss baby's like, yeah, let's do it. So they escape. They go stop this evil man. Francis E. Francis is what his name is, I guess. I don't even know. That could probably be wrong. I don't know. So they're like, we're here to, and they escape, and they're saying, we're here to stop you, Francis E. Francis. And he's like, how did you escape? And they're like, we just walked out because you're a terrible villain. Except he's not. He's actually a genius. Quote me on it. And so there's a big old fight. You know, a grown man fighting two kids. It's a whole mess. Afterwards, of course, the heroes win, and they stop it from happening. And the movie ends. The movie generally ends there. The movie ends with them realizing that all along it was about brotherly love. Yes, the whole point of this movie is about brotherly love. Did you get that from watching this movie? I bet not, because nobody effing did. Because there's so many stupid ass plot points. It kills me. Ah! And so that's generally the end of the movie. The movie ends with, you know, we seeing those two in the future. We see them as grown-ups. You know, they still like each other and yada yada. Even though it is revealed in the trailer for the second movie. This movie is getting a sequel, by the way. Nobody knows why. That they hate each other. Even though the last movie shows that they do like each other. So, you know, connecting plot points to be like. So yeah, that's the end of the movie. And dear God, like, you probably already know from my reactions to many of my talking points. This movie is a dumpster fire. I would never recommend anyone from watching this. If you're watching this video, you've probably already seen it, and I'm sorry that you had to watch that movie. I'm sorry you watched this video. Like, this is the first time I've ever done this before, so please don't hate on me. I want to try to do more of these. I'm gonna do more of these. I'm gonna talk about different movies on this channel. Next week I hope to do Into the Spider-Verse, which should be a whole nother movie. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Now let's see if I can't find